The £35 million record signing from Hoffenheim early in the second half to come on and pep up that attack. Made his debut in the FA Cup against Accrington Stanley last weekend.
Yeah, well, they paid big money for him, haven't they? And Bamford looks a little bit rusty. I know that there's been signs that he's getting back to where he's been previously in his Leeds career, but I think they need a little bit of help up there, and that'll probably come if the chances continue to be spurred and start the second half.
All to play for then in the second half. Nottingham Forest 1, Leeds United 0. You are listening to Premier League Live.
Global events.
The priority now is collecting the evidence.
Breaking news.
Every life that they can save is a success.
Reactive analysis.
It's a very bizarre situation.
From the world's best journalists.
An unfortunate pattern is emerging.
And renowned experts from across the globe.
It still doesn't resolve the fundamental issues.
Keeping you informed as events unfold.
This is a flagrant violation of international law.
Times Radio is available to listen without a subscription. On DAB digital radio, online via the Times Radio app, and on your smart speaker. Times Radio. Know your times.
TalkSport Drive, weekday afternoons from 4 on TalkSport. A tower of sporting power in the afternoon.
Join me, Andy Goldstein, and TalkSport Team Drive.
The latest sports news, hard-hitting opinion, and exclusive interviews with the biggest names in the game.
Under the bonnet, over the top, into the back of the net.
Sports Mad afternoon radio, driven by you.
Revs up weekdays from 4, only on TalkSport.
The fastest football on the way home.
TalkSport Drive. Previously on White and Jordan.
It costs the taxpayer zip, zero, zilch, nada, Nathan, nothing.
White hot sports news, incomparable comments.
I mean, honestly, soft tissue injury, 50% up.
Okay.
And at the same stage last season, they don't lie.
Statistics are the beginning of a conversation, Jim, not the end of it.
Comments, conflict and confrontation.
International friendlies, ditch them. Gone. Carabao Cup, gone. FA Cup, gone.
Jim White.
4 words, never going to happen.
Simon Jordan.
Go away and come back when you've got something more grown up to say.
Continues weekday mornings from 10 on TalkSport.
Yeah.
Times Radio, making sense of a changing world.
The biggest names in politics.
The Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, is here.
Well, a great honour to be here.
The arts.
My first guest is the acclaimed director Werner Herzog.
Entertainment. I'm joined by Darren Brown. World events, at home and abroad.
Shots have been fired in the Black Sea.
And the world's best resourced, intelligent opinion.
I came into politics to change lives.
In times of change, be well informed. Times Radio is available to listen without a subscription on DAB digital radio, online via the Times Radio app, and on your smart speaker.
Times Radio.
TalkSport Breakfast, weekday mornings from 6. A new day, a new dawn.
God bless, bang, 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 9 dart finish.
Featuring a rotating team of top name talent, including Laura Woods.
Oh, it does make me a little bit...
Ali McCoyce.
What a mouth-watering prospect.
And Alan Brazil.
You know, you are some blagger, you are.
TalkSport Breakfast.
Look, we've woken up finally.
We're off and running.
Yeah.
Mornings from 6 on TalkSport.
You are listening to TalkSport's coverage of Nottingham Forest against Leeds United from the City Ground. I'm your host, Alex Crook. Alongside me, the former Chelsea striker Sam Parkin. This is Premier League Live, where Mull of Kintyre is being played loud and proud on the PA system as Nottingham Forest prepare a double change for the start of this second half. Serge Aurier and Jack Colback stripped and ready for action. And Wilfred Gnonto had a good first half up against Nico Williams. I wonder if this is a response to that from Steve Cooper. We're just waiting for the electronic board to be updated. Serge Aurier, the former Tottenham defender, ready to come on. And belatedly, the ball will go up. Jack Colback is coming on to replace Danilo. Danilo having picked up a yellow card in that first half, and it looks like Orhan Mangala is replaced by Aurier, so we maybe going to see a change of system. Or Nico Williams push up into midfield. Looks like Williams has gone up into midfield actually. Aurier right back.
It makes 100% sense to get Aurier on up against Gnonto. Aurier's had a brilliant start to the season. I think his form's just subsided a little bit in the last few weeks, but 45 minutes to get tight, to be aggressive. Here comes their first little bit of involvement. Nico Williams is good getting forward defensively. I would ask questions about him. And Danilo, a little bit rusty. He looked in the first half as well, so Colback gives them a little bit of assurance in that midfield diamond on the left hand side. So 2 good changes, and I think essentially that emphasises what we said at half time. Alex, there's no way
Leeds have been the better side.
Leeds have been the better side, and Steve Cooper knows that. He knows as much, and he knows that there's a good chance that they lose points in this second half unless he acts.
Yeah, no changes from the visitors. Leeds in their yellow shirts, navy shorts and socks, shooting from left to right in the second half. Forest in red jerseys, white shorts, red socks. So Forest now with Navas, who's been busy in goal, Aurier, Bolly, McKenna and Loddy, the back 4. Then you've got Colback, Freuler and Mangala in midfield, with Gibbs, White, Johnson and now Williams in behind Chris Wood. Up front for Leeds, it's still Meslier in goal, Ayling, Cooper, Verber and Strauch in defence. Adams and Rocker in front of them. Sinistera, Gnonto, Harrison are behind Bamford up front. We played 90 seconds in the second half. Gnonto up against Aurier, and he got away from Aurier. Was he shoved to the floor? Well, he felt so. The officials didn't. It's a goal kick for Forest. And have we got another split route here for Gnonto?
Well, it's a loose touch from Aurier, and then Gnonto does him. Ball ends up, and it's a foul. He goes down a little bit theatrically, but just getting a better look now. He steps down his heel. It's a free kick, but it's quite a subtle foul. Hence why the referee hasn't given it, because it wasn't an obvious collision. Just a little rake down his Achilles, but definite free kick.
3 minutes gone in the second half. Forest 1, Leeds 0. Ball into the area. Headed goal was by Gibbs White, straight into the keeper's arms.
He could take that down there. Liam Cooper lost his footing, and Gibbs White would have seen that just out the corner of his eye. Could have taken that on his chest maybe and had a more presentable opportunity. Tough one to try and score. He was probably around 10 yards out when he made contact with the header.
Here's Ayling for Leeds, looking to release Sinistera. Smash forward by Nottingham Forest. Straps let it bounce. A bit risky when you've got the goal scorer Brennan Johnson bearing down. One in the end by Strauch, and then Rocker looks to release Gnonto, who again seems to have the beating of Aurier for pace. And this is a foul by Serge Aurier, and that should be a yellow card, surely, for Aurier. No attempt at all to play the ball.
Well, if the referee would have seen the first one, that would have to be a yellow card, wouldn't it? Definite free kick. That one's more of a free kick, clearly, because it's a bigger collision. It's an easier one to give. It's not the start that he would have wanted. And I think that's the point the Leeds fans are making. That probably should be a yellow.
The more you look at Gnonto, you wonder how they managed to sign him, Leeds, for less than £4 million from FC Zurich.
Yeah, there's real quality there as well in his end product. It's not just the pace and the trickery. Invariably, when he's got into good crossing or passing positions, he's found a yellow shirt. So there's a maturity to go with the electricity, I suppose.
Free kick will be played in by Rocker from the left-hand side. Cluster of yellow shirts just on the edge of the area, waiting to make a late run, and the header from Sinistera towards the top corner, but straight into the arms of Navas, who dealt with it with the minimal of fuss. 1-0 Forest lead. We play 5 minutes in the second half, but again, I think it's been encouraging from Leeds.
Yeah, maybe not giving the goalkeeper enough credit. I mean, he's had a huge impact on this game so far, hasn't he? That was a comfortable take for him, but he probably made 4 good saves first half, and that's probably why we are where we are. Leeds still probing and trying to get that elusive equaliser. They deserve to be on level terms. Started the second half well.
Still a lot of football to be played this season. This is only Leeds' 20th game of the campaign. if they keep playing like this in those final 18 games, surely they're better equipped than a lot of the teams down there to stay up. You can't keep playing well and not winning matches, can you?
No, but it's probably about getting goals, isn't it? Obviously Rodrigo will come back into the mix. Ruter, we're yet to know what he's going to bring, but you'd imagine they'll have the quality.
Here's Renan Lodi with a shot from distance, blocked on the edge of the area, wouldn't come down for Chris Wood inside the 18-yard box. Then Aurier has almost been dispossessed by Nonto, and again there's a bit of the coming together. This time referee doesn't see it as a foul, nor the challenge from Roca. And here's Sinistera looking to break away under pressure from Colback. Really good battle this between two of the sides down at the foot of the Premier League. 1-0 Forest lead. We played 6 minutes in the second half. Here comes Gibbs White down the left. The offside flag is up and it will remain Forest 1, Leeds 0.
Yeah, Colback did well there, didn't he? Not to commit himself to the challenge and give away a foul. That would have been a yellow card. Just held up Sinistera enough, put enough pressure on him for him to play a wayward pass, and Forest again trying to counter down the inside left channel. Morgan Gibbs-White just got a fraction early and flagged offside. They need to start possessing the ball a little bit more, Forest. They can't soak up all this Leeds pressure and just expect to get a chance on transition. There comes a time in every game, I think, when you have to take the sting out of it, have a little bit more craft in the midfield in particular. Right now Forest just resting on their laurels a little bit.
Should be plenty of craft on show at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs Man City coming up later. Willy Bolly has just been yellow carded for a challenge on Tyler Adams. Second Forest booking of the afternoon, joining Danilo in referee Rob Jones' notebook. Willy Bolly, and it's a free kick for Leeds, and again a chance to load up the Forest penalty area with yellow jerseys. Rocker with a delivery, headed away by a stooping Bolly. An opportunity for Gibbs-White on the counter. Tyler Adams did well there, got his body between Gibbs-White and the ball. Then there was a collision between Rocker and Gibbs-White. Those two square up momentarily, and Adams is just trying to calm the situation down.
Yeah, a bit of frustration I think from Gibbs-White. Adams is such a incredible competitor, great athleticism, getting back and just making sure that that move didn't come to anything, but there's a terrific atmosphere inside of here now. Forest are going to need their supporters if they're going to get over the line here, because it doesn't look like they're going to have loads of opportunities on Leeds' goal.
Played 8 minutes in the second half, still that early goal on 14 minutes from Brennan Johnson divides the two teams. City ground packed to the rafters, and here come Forest looking for a second. Nico Williams bearing down the penalty area. Ayling forces him away from goal, still gets the shot away, but it's wide of the top corner. Good break by Nico Williams. Ball steered into his path, I think by Gibbs-White.
I mean, that can't be a pass. He can't mean that, because it's the pass of the season. He didn't even look to see where Nico Williams was, just turned it into the space, but it was perfect. He just lacked that athleticism, didn't he, to get beyond Luke Ayling, who did well to get back. And then the strike wasn't a bad one, actually. It nearly found its way into the top right-hand corner, just a little bit too much elevation. But again, that's how Forest are set up, aren't they? Just one pass in behind Leeds and a shooting opportunity comes for Williams, but a bit fortuitously on that occasion, I would suggest.
Foul by Sinistera on Renan Lodi. So a free kick for Forest, down in their own left-back position. And it does look like there's some action on the Leeds bench. Weston McKennie, he is about to be introduced for his Premier League debut, the USA international, on loan from Juventus initially, with the option of a big money move in the summer. That went through towards the end of the January window, quite a frenetic window in the end for both these sides. What will he bring, Sam Parkin?
Well, I was going to say tenacity, legs, something they've got abundance of already. I don't think he's a huge goal threat.
That's not the change you were necessarily expecting, is it?
No, I don't think he brings a huge goal threat. Just looking now, he's got a decent goal scoring record for the States, actually, but his club career, They're not someone you invariably think is going to come on and bring you a greater goal threat. So it'll be interesting to see where he's positioned, who gets sacrificed. But yeah, I think those front positions are going to need boosted at some point of this second half as well. They keep searching for this goal.
Well, Forest have navigated their way through the opening 11 minutes of that second half. Team news to come from Tottenham Man City in the next 15 minutes or so. It's a victory if they can see it out and put clear daylight between Forest and the relegation places. They go 6 points clear, level on points with Palace in 12th place. Only 5 behind Liverpool. It's been some turnaround. Somerville coming on as well for Leeds United, so a double change in the offing from Jesse Marsh. So Renzo Somerville got that dramatic late winner, didn't he, at Liverpool? Probably Leeds' highlight of the season so far. He will add a goal threat, and here comes the alterations now. Mark Rocker's afternoon is over. That will be a straight swap for Weston McKennie. And so too is Sinistera. Having had a couple of decent opportunities, he makes way for Somerville. So still, the record signing at the moment is left in reserve. Leeds have the ball with Cooper just inside the centre circle. Bamford with a layoff out the left hand side in Nonto. Somerville is waiting in the centre if Nonto can get across here, blocked by Aurier. Fairly this time. Strout, deeper delivery, too deep onto the roof of the net and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, really disappointing. You can see that it's a tougher proposition already though for Nonto to get to the byline, to be able to commit Serge Aurier, because he's a better defender. He's getting tighter, he's aggressive, he doesn't want to get into a race with him, so it's proven tougher for the youngster to actually be as creative as he was in the opening 45 minutes.
And that was front foot change really from Steve Cooper, realising they had a problem down that left hand side. Even with his team, a goal for the good, trying to find a solution. Here's Aurier coming forward at the other end, chipping the ball down the line. That will be kept in play by Johnson, but his cross is too close to Melliot.
Yeah, and also with Nico Williams, I think, playing what left of the diamond, a bit of a greater goal threat maybe than Mangala, a bit more athleticism, so yeah, probably a positive change. Defensive in that they wanted to get Nonto tied up on that left hand side with Serge Aurier, but yeah, giving them a bit more of a threat in the midfield if they are to break forward.
Here's Ailey down the right hand side for Leeds, just about keeps the ball in play, but showed too much of it to Williams as a result of that. Williams being closed down by Somerville, may have had his heels clipped, and Forest win the free kick. Leeds have had 80% possession in the first 14 minutes of the second half.
Incredible, isn't it, really?
And that's a pattern that really we saw in the first 45 as well, but it's Forest who have the breakthrough. Brennan Johnson on 14 minutes with the volley from just outside the area, and that will keep Leeds right in the thick of the relegation battle, just above the dotted line. They're only on goal difference ahead of Everton, only a point ahead of Bournemouth as well. Here comes Harrison though, down the left, crossing into the area, blocked by Bolly. Almost came to Somerville just inside the D, but the red hair Colback gets it clear, and then it's chipped up to Wood on the halfway line. He was being manhandled by Cooper, and Forest have a free kick. Not seen too much of the ball in and around the area, Chris Wood.
No, he hasn't at all. There was that one run down the left-hand side when he kind of recycled possession, could have had the shot in the first half, but he's not had much of the ball at all. But unless there's good quality into him, the opportunity to play off him, the balls are just going down the side, aren't they, from Forest? They're hopeful balls, really, for Brennan Johnson in particular. We've seen Gibbs White make a few forays forward, but I don't think that the setup necessarily suits Chris Wood. He's going to have a part to play for Forest, but I think it'd be interesting for Forest if the style does evolve. I think that will happen if they get safe, because the fans won't care if they stay in the Premier League playing whatever way, but you know, this is probably not the way Steve Cooper wants his side to play ultimately, giving up so much of the ball, playing so much on the counter-attack. It may work to accumulate enough points, but I think in time, with the type of player that they're attracting to the City ground, the calibre of the player, they're going to want to play a little bit more possession football, I would suggest, at some point. It needs must right now.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see the makeup of the Nottingham Forest team if they're still in the Premier League this time next year. Aurier with a throw into the area, headed away by the new man McKennie for Leeds. Aurier turning away from Nonto. He was brought down. It's a free kick over on the far touchline. Nonto not happy with the assistant on that far side.
At the moment you credit Steve Cooper though, don't you, for the half-time changes?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a game where Leeds in control of the ball, but I don't get the sense that there's opportunities going to be created anytime soon, so that's kind of plateaued. It's a more even game, even though Forest aren't having any of the ball. It's up to Jesse Marsh to affect it now from his changes. It's been like for like in that regard in the opening 15 minutes of the second half.
Free kick about to be swung in to the Leeds penalty area. Cooper facing his own goal, heads it away. Ayling saves the ball from going behind for a corner and then finds Adams. Chance maybe to counter, because Forest had a lot of bodies committed forward, but McKennie has been dispossessed by Aurier. Certainly brought that extra bit of combativeness, Serge Aurier, since his half-time introduction. Here's Loddy now, down by the left corner flag for Forest. Nico Williams stretches but can't keep it in play. And it's a throw-in right in front of Jesse Marsh, the Leeds manager. 62 gone, Forest 1, Leeds 0. First of two live commentaries from the Premier League this afternoon. Spurs Man City next up. A little over an hour until kick-off in that one. Johnson, the goal scorer, gives the ball away on the far side. Colback under pressure inside his own area, just ciphers the ball out for a Leeds throw. He's back now inside the centre circle with Cooper, the Leeds skipper. Good atmosphere inside the City ground, an iconic old arena in English football. Nonto again tussling with Aurier down by the corner flag. Strout with the ball forward, picked up by Somerville. He's at Colback in close proximity. Somerville was being held onto by Colback for a moment. Here is Strout. It's Nonto now forward to Somerville. Nonto's been fouled, but Somerville will continue into the area. Bamford gets a shot away, blocked by Bolly, and then hacked clear by Johnson, the goal scorer. Verba cushions it back to Meslier, all in black, the Leeds keeper, away to our left. Forest have managed the first 19 minutes of this second half quite well, despite the fact Leeds have dominated the ball.
They protected their goalkeeper a lot more than they were in the first half. I think that change at right back's made a big difference, but those passes for Leeds United that were connecting in the first half between their front players have just subsided, and you can tell that there's an anxiousness, there's a disappointment from the supporters behind there. The pass is going astray just as Nonto runs the next one out of play.
It's all a bit forced, isn't it, from Leeds?
Yeah, it's just the quality's not there. In the first half, the attacks that they had, invariably they were creating half or even better than that chances. That is not the case right now. Forest are comfortable in the game. Never felt they were comfortable in the first period.
25 minutes still to play though, so these Leeds fans who've made the trip to the City ground won't be giving up hope just yet. Keylor Navas, certainly the goalkeeper in possession for Forest, not as busy since half time as he was during the first 45 minutes of the game. Navas with the right-footed volley upfield. Strout nods it down for Leeds into Harrison. Harrison over on that left-hand side, far side as we look. Coming infield now, Harrison to McKennie, trying to steer the.
An opportunity to get into the final third, create anything of note for themselves, but the Leeds have definitely diminished in their quality in the final third. They need something, someone to produce something, otherwise this game has got an obvious ending. This is going to just creep towards a narrow Nottingham Forest victory.
Well, Pascal Struijk has been penalised for a foul here over on the far side. Didn't look particularly malicious as he took out Johnson, but he was booked early in the game. That's the point that the Forest players are making to referee Rob Jones. I think he's probably only one more infringement away from a second yellow card, Struijk.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's more of a foul than what was given for the opening goal of this game. There's a bit of a shove there, so I have to watch his step.
Leeds are going to make another change, and we are going to see Jorginho Ruter for his Premier League debut. It's a double change. In fact, Junior Firpo also coming on, I'd imagine, for Struijk down that left-hand side of the back four. Here's Aurier dispossessing Nonto on the halfway.